This is Mark with Right Line Trading, and what I wanted to do was really give you a brief recap of what I discussed during the Wealth 360 seminar I gave. Because of technical problems, I really wasn't able to move you to the platform and show you some of the additional indicators we have and show you how important a role they play and really how well the system performs. If you just give me about 10 minutes of your time, I'm going to be able to show you the full potential of this trading system. It really is quite powerful. Now, again, I just wanted to review with you quickly our results for the week to date. Here's our account performance in currency. This is just for today. We made $630. For the week, we're up $2,200. Trade-wise, we have 17 trades. We have 13 winners and 4 losers, leading to this net profit. This is does not include commissions, which I calculated to be about $200. So we're up about $2,000 so far. We still have Friday to trade. Now, let me show you a couple of things that I wanted to show you but couldn't. First of all, you can see the candle halo is reflecting how the 3-line indicator is arriving at its assessment. When the candle outline is blue, we know that the 3-line order flow stochastic and momentum calculated on a multi-time frame basis is aligned to the upside. Remember, I told you that the 3-line indicator rolls first and it hands you the short trade, and down you go. And you see here, the 3-line indicator has turned up first, then price goes up. So it's a leading indicator, and I wanted to show you that it functions that way on a live chart. Again here, a down candle with a blue 3-line telling you that very likely you're going to get a long signal and potentially a long trade. That's how a true leading indicator functions. It turns in direction before price does. Now, I never got a chance to talk to you about a couple of other features of the platform. First of all, this is a 50 exponential of a 50 exponential. It moves like no other line ever created. It's a 50-period moving average, but it's an exponential of an exponential. This is a 15-period exponential of a 15-period exponential. Remember that the movement of Renko bars moves exponentially. It can't be tracked with simple moving averages, and exponential moving averages I am not personally quite fond of. But the exponential derivative of the exponential gives you this real smooth movement and the ability to track price really well. These are unique lines. You will not find them anyplace else. Now, I don't want to go into more detail because I don't want to make this video long. Now, the third is that we have amazingly powerful pivots that need to be respected. 99% of indicators that create pivots do it wrong. And that inappropriately created pivot impacts on your performance. A pivot via Japanese candlestick dogma is created off the candle body, not off the wick. And it's a huge mistake. Now, this is the easy way to create a pivot. It's much more difficult for the code of the indicator just to give you a pivot, give you a price high. It's a lot tougher for it to assess a candle body high. And if you look here, price comes down, it comes up, If you took this long, would strike the pivot and it gets turned. It comes up here, price strikes the pivot and it gets turned. This is really where all of these sellers are sitting. They're sitting at the candle body high, not at the wick high. So this is a very, very important area of support and resistance that we have to be very cautious of trading into. An additional property of pivots, according to the Japanese candlestick creators, is that it is only broken by a 2/3, when 2/3 of the candle body breach it, that's what breaks it. Now it's very easy for the pivots to break when any price moves through it. That's the easy way to code it. The tough way is to do an assessment of the candle body and see that you need 2/3 of this candle body. You see price breaches the pivot here, but it still tracks. And it doesn't stop until this candle moves 2/3 of the way through. That's how a real pivot behaves. Starts from a candle body high or a candle body low, only breaks when 2/3 of a candle body breaches it. That's what really takes out these sellers, or on the bottom side, really takes out these buyers. And you can see price went up. You got this challenge. And remember, this is an area. It's not an absolute price. Price came down this far. And then this pivot turned the market right up. Be real careful about trading into them. And we have a pivot sensitivity that's perfect. It won't give you too many pivots or too few pivots. It just gives you the important pivots. Now the third and the bonus that we're putting in, only for the first 10 traders who buy, is this background bias. This background bias looks at a multi-time frame assessment, in this case of the NASDAQ. The strongest background, and it's looking at the two higher Renko multiple charts. Our charts are 4 Renko. It's looking at the 6 and the 8 Renko. Now, when they align to the upside very strongly, you get the dark green. Weaker is the light blue, and this is also a fairly strong uptrend. This, I believe this is cyan. We look for this dark pink. The lighter pink is the weakest. And then here's the intermediate down. Now, we do not trade when there is no background bias, because when there's no multi-time frame alignment of the higher time frames, price on your trading chart is almost always going to chop. And remember, our goal is to avoid losers. We'll always get winners. So basically, our rules are simple. We're going to trade the market short when the 15 is crossed the 50 to the downside, when we have down background bias, and optimally when we have an oscillator signal and we're not trading into a pivot. It's really quite simple. And if we go through the NASDAQ today, you're going to see what stellar trades we got on the NQ. Now, obviously, there were a million candles, and I could go through multiple markets. I just don't want to make this video that long. I'm telling you, the same entries you're going to see on the NQ, you're going to get on every single instrument. I didn't cherry pick the NQ. In fact, the NQ is one of the choppiest markets there is. And there's really nothing here. At 928, we are at 930, the market just shot up. And there was no way to get it. No background bias. So we don't even care about the signals. We're looking to trade when there's background bias, and there's nothing here. The market's very choppy, it falls. No entry. And here's your entry right here. Now, can assume that background bias is going to click right in here because it's going to flash in real time. Here's your oscillator signal. You're trading right below this 15 exponential of the 15 exponential. You can see you've got the candle halo. It doesn't matter that the first line is yellow. I told you, the momentum assessment is more complex. And here's your entry. And this is a huge winner. We got this morning, right here. This was an 11.5 point move. Now there's no continuation because the market's oversold. Now here's our next trade. We look for a wick to pull right back into resistance on a short trade. We wait for background bias to appear. The 3-line indicator is surrounded. It's giving us this gold halo. This is a beautiful trade. And I'm telling you, this is a gimme trade. And down you go for another full winner. Based on our automatic trade management strategy, which is our first target is 20 ticks, second target 30 ticks, third target 40 ticks. This is way over a $400 trade. Now we can't take the next entry. We don't have a 3-line signal. And you see the first line momentum is green. It worked, but we're not going to take it because on entry it's too risky. Now we have no background bias, and we're not going to trade. Those are our rules. And here's your next trade. You could have taken it here. Or here. And down you go. These are both perfect entries. This reversal candle will not take you out because we have a 25 tick trailing stop. And you get another full winner. And here's another full winner right here. Now, I really could go on and on. This is a little bit too dangerous because the 15 is below the 50. Now, you could take the trade right here on this wick. I mean, this is just a matter of screen time, coming into the trading room and seeing some of the ways that we leverage the program. But the entries are very clear cut. And this is the way we've managed to garner so much profit and the way that we are able to avoid losers. Now, all we're looking for here is a break, and you can see that you get this wick. Now, I didn't take this trade because we're trading up into this pivot. I don't trade into these big pivots. It broke, that's okay. Remember, I don't care if a winning trade goes past me. I do not want to accumulate any risk on the trade. That is how you gain profitability. Because this trade could have come up to here and bounced and handed you a full loser. It's not what we want. I call the trades free and clear. Now, this is not an entry because you don't have any background bias. And here's your entry. Our blue background bias, our oscillator signal, our 3-line, and up we go. Now, I believe this is a full winner. Maybe it's only 30 ticks. We'll see. This is 9.25 points, 37 ticks. Here's another entry. Right off support. Up you go. This is a 30 tick plus trade. And see this up? You have a yellow candle body halo. Can't take that trade long. See this trade long? It's right into a pivot, which we do not trade into. And what does the pivot do? It turns price. So it's simply a matter of avoiding risk. Now, we were done at around 10:05 this morning. It took us literally 35 minutes to make $635. Now, if we would have traded on, we could have made well over 1,000. But it's not a good idea. You set a profit target. When you hit it, you close. It's part of good trade management strategy, because a perfect trade can always fail. But I wanted you to understand the full power of the program, and there was no way I could show that to you. Again, just really quickly, this is the extra bonus. This background bias. It doesn't look at price on the trading chart. It looks at the 2 higher time frame, and I think it's the most powerful independent predictor of success. That's why I don't trade without background bias. When this goes clear, it means our higher time frames have no alignment, and price on our trading chart isn't going to really know exactly how to go or exactly where to go. When we've got this pink, and now I haven't shown you these trades. Here's another one. This is a gigantic winner. This is way over 40 ticks to give us another full winner. Can't take this. We don't have the 3 line, so we just let it go. And so it really is amazing how great the system functions, and how well. Now, it's going to prevent you from taking some winners, but you are going to get into great trades, and you are going to avoid losers. I mean, in a really amazing way. So that's the full system. Background bias is the extra, and really we just newly augmented the system with this new. We call it our 50 by 50 exponential, and this is our 15 by 15 exponential. And if you open up the indicators, you're going to see that we call this the modified slow, and this one the modified fast. And here's our pivots. Here's our volume indicator, which I'm not going to talk about here. Here's our bar closes. We have this indicator on the right edge, which is going to tell you where the Renko candle is going to close to the upside and to the downside. So you can set your buy stop or sell stop order in way before the candle closes. So it's a real excellent system, and it will make you money. Now listen, I'm sure you're going to be offered tons of, $17 e-zines and all kinds of DVDs. If that's what you think is going to drive you to profitability, then by all means, buy your $7 e-zine and your $29 DVD series, 15 DVDs with 32 bonuses. But I can promise you it's not going to get you anywhere. This is a system that works. I trade it every morning along with you. We have 175 people now in our trading room who trade with me, and we walk away with money almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. And this is what's going to drive you to profitability. Not more e-zines, not more DVD courses, but trading a system that functions really by giving you excellent precision entries. And that's what this system does. The rules are easy to follow. It's very intuitive. And you're just going to be trading along with me for a month. So your learning curve is going to be real fast. So listen, everyone, thank you for giving me this additional time. I really wanted to clarify because I really didn't have the opportunity to show you how well the system works. And I'll tell you, I could dial in any instrument. You're going to see the same entries. There may be fewer in a given market, like the Dow today had fewer. Crude had great entries today. The 6E had great entries today. You can trade any of these instruments. The Qs, terrific entries. You can trade stocks. It's great for trading the Qs, the SPY, any stock you want on any time frame. This is set for a day trading Renko time frame, we can give you the settings for a swing trade. If you want to hold overnight, you just let us know your time frame and we'll give you the inputs. The Renko setting here is a 10-4-20. Each market has individualized settings to optimize the way we track price movement and to get us the best optimized entries. So have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you aboard. Any questions, just give us a call at 786-713-5276 or email us at info@rightlinetrading.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.